Y is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Hey!
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
This is just going to be audio, right?
Yes, of
Yes.
course. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Awesome. Well, hey guys.
Hey, I'm so glad we were able to make this work and so quickly.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. I'm loving it.
Yes.
Happy release day. Right? Isn't it
Thank you.
today? Yes.
Yeah, we got the ballad popping out today.
Woohoo.
It's a power ballad about something my mother told me,
I like
which
it.
was don't waste the pretty.
I know, I love that. I think that is fantastic and sage words to live by.
Is that
Sage
sort
words.
of the don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things? What is it?
I wish I don't sweat the small stuff. And by the way, it's all small stuff.
Oh, that's a good one too.
I wish that's what she meant by it, but she really meant don't waste your pretty. Men don't get this. Men don't get this.
No,
don't waste your pretty on a man that's not cherishing you.
Right.
That's what she meant for me at the moment. So basically, ladies, don't waste your pretty because it's fleeting and you're going to be worth nothing as soon as it's gone.
Okay, so cut off the end part of it.
Put a spin on this. Here we go.
I did. I cut off the
Just
end.
cut off the end part, but that it's not fleeting, that you're always beautiful.
That's right. That's right. That's the new body positive movement that we're taking with it now.
Not even body positivity, just always pretty. Everything's pretty.
Always pretty. Everything's pretty.
Like, I think I'm a lover of, like, I find lots of things pretty.
We were just discussing this. Yes.
I find all sorts of things pretty, and I love pretty. I'm a true Libra, so pretty is important to me, but I find lots of things pretty. So, and one male, female, whatever, whoever, you shouldn't waste your pretty, whatever your pretty may be, on someone, whomever, that does not think you're pretty in any way, internal, external, however. So I appreciate the phrase, just have a little bit different, more extended version of it.
Yes.
This is Why, with your hosts, Heidi Hedquist and Luke Poling.
It's hot. Can I cuss on this show?
Yes.
Please.
Okay, because it's hot as balls here in New York. I don't know where you are in the world, but this is you cannot function out there. Like, you cannot breathe just standing. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm outside of Philly and 3 houses down on the block. You kind of start to get that haze of like, oh, this is, it's just,
It's filthy.
Yeah.
I'm in Detroit and I love it. I love it.
You love the heat?
Well, do you love it in it, or do you love just walking into a nice cold room and being like, oh, this is amazing?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I will embrace every minute of it. It's awesome.
It can't get gross enough for you?
I think I love you. You are so positive and wonderful.
Oh, no. Talk to me. We were just talking about this too, but honestly, talk to me on a cold, gloomy, like horrifically rainy, horrible cold day, and I will not be this positive. I will be very sad and like, why is it like this? And I want it to be sunny, and I'm sad. So
those are the days when you light a fire, put on the Carpenters, and just feel bad about yourself and everyone around you.
Right. And then I go, why am I so sad? And I want it to be sunny. And I get on a plane and I fly to St. Martin and I go, this is what I want.
Yes.
But yet when I'm in England, then I want it to be gloomy and sad. So I don't know. I'm just a mess. So, but
you're a meteorological psycho.
I am. That is exactly what I am.
I would drop the meteorological and we'd be, we're all set. Yeah.
I'm just crazy. Crazy from the heat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I'm with that. Yeah.
So one of the things we wanted to discuss was this fascinating and incredibly enjoyable YouTube series you've started.
Okay, let's talk
Naked
about
French.
it.
Awesome.
Thank you. I mean, I could bring my partner in here too, and we could get naked for you if you'd like.
Yes,
can if
please.
you want to.
Yes, that's another show we have. But
yes, that is another show we have.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're Francophiles.
Yes.
Okay.
Started with that. We were pitching a show just to do some things with a French speaking. It was a startup here in New York, and they're doing their own thing, and we were like, well, we're going to do our thing, and it just came up one day. We were lying in bed about how crazy the French are, and we love them. We're actually moving to France on September 2nd. For a year, so it's going to be a really fun adventure to actually be there and immerse ourselves in the whole thing and just start performing all over Europe. But that's the goal anyway, and hopefully we'll want to come back because But we just start. We think they're funny. They're funny people. They have a different take on life, and we're just obsessed with working in America and not having fun, and they're not. They're obsessed with everything that matters in life. So, in all things that I do, I like to make fun of everything. And it just was born in bed one day.
I love it.
And are you, clearly you're pretty fluent in the language. This is not high school French.
Yeah. It's
I
not
can
high
say the
school
dog
French.
is big and black and I need to bother you in Spanish. That's what I remember from high school Spanish.
You can get pretty far with those.
It's true, yeah.
Well, I
also
remember
something about cleaning the windshield wipers, but I can't remember how to completely conjugate the verb. So it's just to clean the windshield wipers.
Well, that's
To
important.
clean them.
Yes.
I don't even know what the windshield wipers are in French. So.
Oh, well, there we go. Okay.
You're ahead of me.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I got bakery taught. I can remember how to go to the bakery. That's it.
Well,
but that's all you need when you're in Paris.
Yes. That's it.
If you can order a café crème and a croissant, you're good. That's all you need in life.
Maybe a cigarette.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
A little bit of a cigarette and an ashtray. I forgot the word for ashtray, but anyway.
They'll know what you mean.
Right.
They'll know what you mean. Yeah.
Where are you moving in France? Paris proper?
We're moving to Paris. My son is lucky. He gets to take his junior year there, and he'll be going to a school just outside of Paris Monday through Friday, and then coming back to us on the weekends. And we're just going to be writing and performing and networking and doing all the things that we can legally without actually being able to work there.
Love it.
Perfect. They're very serious, the French. They're very serious about their language. They're very serious about their citizenship. Mm-hmm. And I did take I'm so proud of myself, I have to say. Mm-hmm. I took the B1 exam to become a French citizen if I were to ever do that. And then Macron changed it to having to do the next level up, which is basically you have to be fluent. And so it's a very hard, it's so hard. This test is ridiculous. Even people who are fluent and have lived there for 30 years have had trouble with this test. And my son and I both took it, and I beat him by a half of a point. And I'm never gonna ever let him live that down.
No.
But someone told me that in order to become an American citizen, they ask you to spell the word Alaska, and that's it.
Wow.
Just so you know.
Wow.
Just so you know, that's the test to become a naturalized American citizen.
Well,
okay.
I don't know. How often does that come up in conversation?
It only comes up when you're talking about trying to get your French citizenship with someone who has actually done both. And then they tell you, they're like, yeah, it was Alaska was what they asked me. And then we moved on to the next part of the naturalization process.
Okay.
So never mind the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Alaska,
that's it.
Okay.
All righty.
I'm sure there's more to the Constitution, the Bill of Rights questioning. It's just the language was Alaska.
Yeah. And these rules that you said Macron changed them. Is this like post after defeating the fascists again?
No, it started. I think he changed that. It's not in effect yet, but he said that it's happening a couple of months before that happened. So I think, there's a lot going on there. We think there's a lot going on here with immigration. There's a lot going on there as well. They're
very true.
They're, closer to the heat, I would say, as far as the danger of what's happening. So, I get it, but at the same time, I'm not going to let him beat me.
Yeah.
Get that.
I'm going to stick it to him.
Just do it.
That's right. Not that I'm ever going to become a French citizen, but if it should ever happen.
You never know.
I'm ready.
I think
be ready.
So there's nothing on the test about like being able to kind of possess a certain ennui that should be
to become French.
to become French. Like you
Just
should be
yeah,
able
you
to
have to have
stand
a
along the
certain
river and just
and just look out and in a sort of sad but
Pensive.
thoughtful way.
Yes.
yeah.
I think that's you have to show that you're capable of doing that.
Mm.
If you're not French, if you really want to be, you have to smoke a cigarette. I'm sure that's on the test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ennui sympathetic.
Right.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
You must own cigarette pants as well.
Mm.
You must own cigarette pants. You must own a cigarette holder, and
Correct.
you must have at least one croissant a day.
Of
Right.
course.
And
I
then
mean,
that's it,
everyone
because
should do that.
that's right.
That
That's
is an
right.
international law.
You know what's so fascinating? This little thing we started, which of course, this is always the case, right? You make 3 albums or more, actually more than that, but a lifetime in performing. You write, you master, you spend months on something, and then you do some little silly thing,
Mhm.
and everyone loves that. That's
Of
the thing
course.
that everyone's like,
Of
oh, I love it
course.
naked French. And it's so funny because I thought the French are going to just think we're so stupid, right? That we're just stupid Americans, and what are we doing, and why are we acting like this? The French love it more than
Oh,
the
I'm
Americans
Really?
do.
sure. Yes.
They're like, every French person we know that's on our socials, they're just like, oh my God, that what you're doing is so French. It's so
Yes.
French. It's like the 60s, and when they were doing this whole thing with it's so weird because we weren't trying for that. We were just, doing what we do. And we've been joking about it for the last 2 years because we were there, and we were doing a show in gosh, what was it? Saint-Malo. It's this oh my God, that place is like a fairy tale, right? It's just this city that's enclosed in old school, like castledom,
Beautiful.
and we did a gig, and these really cool people were there, and we were hanging out after it at this bar, and this guy goes, yeah, he was a comedian, he goes, yeah, the French, we drink, we fuck, we talk about death. And I was like, oh no, we smoke, we fuck, we talk about death. That's what he said.
In that order.
And that's
too.
it.
Right.
He's like, he just summed it up, and I'm like, that's pretty much it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just laugh about that. And that was like the first kernel of why I think this whole thing started, was them making fun of themselves, and now we get to make fun of them too.
That's awesome. But
And
with
you're-
such love.
Yeah.
So much love. There's so
Right.
much love.
I mean,
And I think that's part of it
that's better.
too.
Yeah.
Like if there was a mean spirited to it, it wouldn't have the same resonance, and the French probably wouldn't find it as funny.
Right. No, they
No.
definitely would not.
No,
But
they
clearly
do have a sense of humor.
They
the film
get it.
grain, the accordion, I mean,
Yes.
all of it is just
It's perfect.
I have to give my partner credit. I really do. He's the one that sort of like, I'm like, I find the funny bits. I know how to make it sound super French. I know what's funny, and I know the looks. I know which
Yes.
way.
Yes.
We both sort of direct each other in it, but I have to give him credit. He's the one that goes to the CapCut and starts like making it super, delicious like
French.
that.
right.
It is
Yeah.
delicious.
Super French.
Love
Super
it.
French.
Is this stuff you all just riff on in the moment, or are you writing these little things down of being like, oh, this would be funny if we
It's in the moment. I mean, we sometimes it'll hit us like, I mean, I don't know how much you guys write or what, as something comes and everything is different, right? Sometimes you
Right.
get, when you write a song, it's just like a lyric, or, just some certain bass line, or even just a drum lick. Like that's what starts the whole thing going, and then off you are. But this is just like that, really. It's sometimes we're literally laying in bed.
Yes.
We're like, oh my God, wouldn't it be funny? Or we just think the line like "c'est la vie" is just, everyone says that, everyone knows it, whether you're
right, such as
from
we,
any country.
yeah.
Right.
And then just what are the things, the bits that go around it that are funny, and how would they, that are just silly. And so usually it's just like a one line that we want to start with, and then we build the stuff around it. And it probably takes all of 15 minutes to 20 minutes from start to finish, and doing each little thing, because we want it to make sense. We all, we're writers, we want to have it sort of like a beginning, middle, and end to things. And I get to say, you're gonna really like next week's.
Ooh. Excellent.
It's so good. We're like debating on whether we should save it, because it's very, very French, very silly, and unexpected.
Oh, don't save it. You should never
Yeah.
save it. That's like saving the croissant for tomorrow and then it's stale. You have to get it out there.
You cannot do that. They don't mess around with their bread.
Correct.
know?
Mm-mm,
You
they
get
get it.
another one tomorrow.
You get another one tomorrow. And also they again with the French, like their stuff is so fresh. Everything they have is
Yes.
bio, is organic, but even though they put bio on everything now,
Right.
it just makes you just realize, like, how have we gotten here in our country where we're paying taxes for a lot of things,
Right.
and no one's protecting our food, our water, our air, none of that. We're not being protected. And you really see the difference in the quality of life, the health crisis. I don't know why I'm getting on this. This is like not fun to
No.
talk about.
No,
This
but
isn't fun.
Yeah, well,
but
who got your beret?
this
out
is
of
why we go
college?
back, right?
Yeah.
But this is why we
Yeah.
do need to go back to just, fucking and
Basics.
being right.
And then then you get to the point where you just really, you throw your hands in the air and go, I guess I'm just going to keep being taxed
Right.
and not be protected and
Right.
drink fucking talk about death.
Precisely. This is it, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite era
This
of
is
French music, because I feel like there's so much of a 60s vibe to the short videos you're doing. And like I just imagine as soon as you kind of cut from that, you're putting on the Serge Gainsbourg record and
Oh God, yeah.
adjusting your beret and
I love Serge Gainsbourg. I mean, we really need to do like something very broody and like very talky talk, like,
Yes.
oh my God, the windows are so closed, like there's I love Edith Piaf. I love that whole vibe of it all. I love like Café du Nord with, Arletty and that whole like smoky, like sexy 20s sort of, just that whole atmosphere. I mean, I think that's what we all think of when we think of French and things being lively and open and fun. And it's like, and obviously pre-war,
Yes.
but then, I don't know, there's so many great artists that are now, like I love Zaz. She's so fun, and she does her take on that kind of old stuff, which is cool. I mean, when I first heard her shit, I was like, oh my God, I love this woman. She's now, but she's then, and she's got that rough voice, so she's still like, she sounds cool, and it's modernized, so I like that too. I mean, but I mean, if I had to choose, obviously I'd be hanging out with Edith Piaf and oh gosh, what's his name? Shoot, I sing his songs and it's really hard to sing, and I can't think of his name because guess what? Perimenopause, guys. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that next, shall we?
I don't have any shame, and I can remember nothing anymore.
Let's talk about everything we can do to make Luke uncomfortable, which
Okay.
I'm
takes a
sure
lot.
Luke would love to
this
talk
is
about
this is all we do on this
menopause.
show. It's just watch me squirm.
Cringe.
Yeah, I
Cringe.
don't know, and I feel like the French never had like a bad era, like American music, like the 70s, the look, the vibe didn't always click, didn't always come across great. Whereas the French, they look very French and they seem to be having a good time being French.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Everything's cool.
Yeah.
They're so cool, because they don't have to try to be cool. I feel like kind of, America hit its heyday in the 80s with Madonna and having the sort of like, we're doing this and that's our thing that we made. And I know it's coming back, the styles and things like that, but they never go out of style. They're classic. They're not trying to be anything, it's like, I've never quite grasped that. I wish I had more of it, where I could just throw on the right pair of pants and the right little shirt and the right, and go out and everyone thinks that I look like a fucking supermodel, right?
Yeah,
It's not.
we all do. We all wish
I
that.
never could do that. I'm the one that has to go in the store, look at the fucking mannequin, completely dressed by somebody in the store, and be like, I want the whole outfit, please, because I can't dress myself.
But they just wear the thing that's so crazy is so often it has literally been the same outfit for decade upon decade upon decade.
It certainly has.
And it just is eternal.
But if you like side A, why do you need side B?
Right. That's the point. It's just
Right.
simple and classic and perfect. Thank you, Coco Chanel.
Thank you. Oh yeah, that one. She did that, didn't
Yeah.
she?
Kind of did
I mean,
that.
she did some other things too. Let's not.
I mean,
I
we
know.
found out later
completely-
that she was a Nazi sympathizer, but whatever.
She was put in a very difficult position. She
No
had
pun
she had a
intended.
very difficult
Yes.
life. It's very
But
challenging.
no, exactly. And you know what? Women understand.
Yes.
Women, I know that we're finally busting out of this cage we've been in, but women have always just had to do what they got to do to get by, get ahead, and
Yes.
fuck everybody else. And I don't.
Correct.
I'm with that.
Yes.
I mean, I respect it all. I love what's happening now. I think that, the one thing I can't get down with, which I wish I could, was letting my armpit hair grow and my leg hair grow. I can't get down
Yeah.
with that yet. What do you think about that, Luke?
I
What do you-
say give it 6 months. You
Okay.
know, once you're there, I think maybe it's gonna just sort of seep in. Maybe it's something they put in the water. Like you're gonna eventually, like
I don't
the
think you're
French
going
is
to
slowly
take-
gonna take over. I think.
It's
Oh
not
my
going to
God.
happen. It's
You
not.
know?
You don't think so? You don't think
I
it's going to
don't
be like
think
the massive hair wave?
Like a
happening?
Soylent Green kind of thing, where it's just like, oh, wait a second, what's happening here? You
It's
know,
not. I don't think it's going to
A
happen.
Soylent Green.
more body snatchers where you just fall asleep and you wake up French.
No,
I
I
think
don't
it's
think.
gonna
Oh,
be-
I
I
love
think-
that.
I think it is. I think it's gonna
I-
be.
I can't wait till we talk. We're gonna we're gonna talk to you while you're in France, and we're gonna talk to you when you come back because we're gonna be friends.
I love
forever.
it.
But
You're gonna be vaping, and we're gonna
I-
be just very, yeah.
no, because she's gonna go old. She's not gonna be vaping. She's gonna be old school, like
Oh, cigarette
holder.
Okay.
I feel that the armpit hair part's not coming.
It's not coming back.
I don't think
it's not
it
going to really
is.
make a true comeback.
I don't think it
I'll
is.
tell you, you just gave me an idea for another naked French.
Yes.
Like,
Oh,
what if
Take it.
what?
yeah. I mean, that's good. Yeah,
And it-
that's gonna happen for sure. Like at least for the
That
naked
should
French
happen.
will happen. But I don't know that you're gonna go full force, like
I
living.
don't think I could do it.
I don't think it's your vibe.
It's
Even
not my
in
vibe.
France.
Even,
mean-
Tor has enough body hair to make up for any hair I wish I had or
Right.
could have under my
Yeah.
armpits and my legs. So
I just think there comes a point where it's just no.
it's just no.
Because some of us intrinsically, no matter how much we want to be like free to be you and me, there are certain parts of ourselves that just don't want to.
It
embrace
won't
that
let
piece of
go.
it. We won't let
No.
go.
No. No.
It just doesn't go
No.
with our look.
It's not happening.
Right.
I was wondering if Luke liked that look or not.
I mean, who am I to judge? You know?
I don't know what you like in general,
we-
Luke.
we
Maybe
were
you don't even
ju-
go for women.
No, we were just discussing the volleyball. Do we say costumes?
You could say
Uh,
togs.
I-
uniforms.
Uniform. thank you.
Uniforms.
Togs.
That's better.
The togs. I think they're togs.
Yeah, we were saying how really in many, many ways, there's been this debate over the women wearing the more less covering like kind of bikini bottom shorts and
Yeah.
then the more longer. And both of us were saying, you know what, if you can pull that off, like go
Why
with
wouldn't
God.
you?
Like, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was
I
remarking the fact that like after every point, win or lose, everyone's running around hugging and high-fiving and touching. And Heidi's point was, if you look like that, wouldn't you want to go touch someone if you were right next to that
Right?
person?
And if it is like, I mean, and if it's like fully acknowledged and acceptable, and everybody's willing to be like, let's all like grab each other after we win, like go for it.
Yeah. There's a lot of grabbing and a lot of
And
sweat.
Yes,
Hmm.
And
everybody's
think
okay
about
with it.
that volleyball, God, I think, what everyone should be wearing whatever they feel the most comfortable wearing. I mean,
Agreed.
regardless of how it looks or what is the
Right.
norm or what has been done in the past, like there must be something to wearing the very small bikini situation on the volleyball, sand
Right.
volleyball that some think it feels better. They're used to it. Like it's more freeing. I
Right.
would feel like a giant Oompa Loompa. And also, so right there, I'm not having that. I'm going to have to wear pants all the way down to my ankles. But like, you can wear some yoga pants.
But if
If you
everyone
want-
else on the court field,
Not on sand.
Like you might, again, it's like, I'll
Not
just,
feel comfortable in yoga pants and sand.
But really though, I mean, is the sand going to get up underneath the yoga pants? And, like,
Yes,
is it?
yes, it is.
Heidi, you
I-
speak
that-
from, like, this sounds like you speak from experience.
I've done
Yeah,
yoga.
do you?
I do not play
Okay,
volleyball.
but you've done yoga.
I don't
instead.
either.
Okay, all
No.
right.
I've done
Well,
yoga in sand. I have
Yeah,
not.
it's not great. It's one of those
Okay.
things. It's like when people like say like, oh, let's have sex on the beach. And everyone says if they had sex on the beach, it is not from here to eternity. It is terrible. And you get like, it's just sand. Some things, the sand is one of my favorite places in the world, but even like sitting on a beach, even though I love being on a beach, you know what it does in a bathing suit? Sand is
That's
just
true.
not
mm,
great. It gets in places, no matter what. So imagine like yoga pants, it is gonna get in there. So I do believe that a bathing suit type option, no matter what you feel like in it, is gonna be the best thing if you are trying to get to victory, because you want nothing, you want to be
Getting up
messy.
in that.
Getting up in
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
I think they should
Unless
just
you could do
cancel
naked
the whole thing.
volleyball. Naked volleyball is
Naked
probably the best
volleyball.
option. It really probably
Naked
is.
anything though, right? Like we were just trying to think for the naked French if we could expand our atmosphere
Yeah.
outside of the bed.
You probably
Like how do we do that though without actually being naked and make it look like it's we're working on that. That's going to be down the road, at least season
It's
6.
like
Right.
strapless. I recommend like a strapless dress, because every time I wear a strapless dress on this show on Zoom, it literally looks like I'm naked.
Right? Because you can't see anything
You
else.
can't see anything else. For
You
some
guys
reason
should do
today you
naked.
can see.
You should do naked. Why?
Well, so funnily,
Why didn't we do that today? We could have all done that. We could have all pretended,
Yeah.
like
so
that.
we can do that because one of our other shows
Hi.
is
Oh, you have one of your other shows is naked.
well, we're not naked, but one of our clients we had on the show was naked. They run a naked organization in Milwaukee, and which is one of the things that the Naked French we thought would love Naked French, because they are all naked. They do the World Naked Bike Ride, which is why we had them on Y, and they do all naked events all over Milwaukee. They do naked bowling,
Naked candle making.
naked candle making, naked stand-up comedy, naked magic, which I was like, where do you hide the cards for the card tricks? Where's the rabbit? And they're really awesome, nice people, and they do naked everything, and they love naked everything. So we were like, well, we'll talk to Lisa, see if she wants us to tell them about Naked French too, and we will.
I think you need to tell them about Naked French.
We're
I think
going
that
to.
this has definitely got to be, what do they call them? Collabs.
Yes,
And
exactly.
they're
We need a
awesome.
collab.
Yes,
That
and
would
they're
be
the most awesome
amazing.
people. They're so fun. They're so cool, and everything they do is really, really cool. And they're very like focused on like just like the freedom of being naked. Like they're not creepy. Like ooh,
They're
let's
not
be
creepy
like
weirdos.
They're not
No,
creepy
they
weirdos.
very much kind of preach and practice the social non-sexual nudity.
Like
And
they're
that's very much their
like we're not
forte, shall we say.
right. Yes.
Are they also, you think they'd be okay with us not actually being naked, but insinuating the naked, like what we really do
Yes.
on the show?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. We
So,
okay. I mean, because we're
you-
not full frontal. We are
right.
fake frontal.
because they also understand the rules of the way your show would be. You can't be naked on your show for the rules of
good.
what you do. But being a show that is out into the masses, you can't get kicked off of the internet.
No, the
for what you
interwebs.
do.
Unless we start doing what someone suggested, which is is it OnlyFans? Is it
Yeah.
OnlyFans? Not
Yeah.
fans. I was like, people got to do what they got to do in this world now.
They
Okay,
do.
we got to show our feet.
I was gonna say
get
you're gonna
paid.
get into the feet pick business.
You can get in the feet pick business.
That's where this is headed.
That's where it's all heading,
Right.
isn't it? I mean,
You're like, you want to point the camera down, and there's always going to
I
be somebody
know.
being like lower, like,
God.
Right?
What is going on?
I
What
don't
is
know.
happening in the world?
This is why you're moving to France, and you're going to eat croissant every day.
but I think it's a good thing. I think we are embracing, and for the most part, embracing. Some of us are not a political show.
No.
are embracing the idea of like kind of not for me, good for you. And this
Correct.
very much
Yeah.
like you do you, whatever makes you happy, wherever you
Correct.
find your joy and your bliss, go do that. If that is paddleboarding naked down the Lake Michigan,
Which is
go with God.
awesome. Yes.
If you feel more comfortable just taking your shirt off while you ride your bike, love to have you.
Do it.
It's all
Right.
about the community. And so I think,
And
or at
that's
least
what's cool
I would
about
like
this
to think,
organization. Yeah.
I would like to think that as a society, we are sort of hopefully evolving to be more French and more like do what you just do what you got to do. I don't
That's
care.
right.
Like just
That's
get off
right.
my
Our-
lawn. Just I don't care. Just
They don't care, right? Like the
Yeah.
French are so like what I love about them the most is, they've been around longer than us.
Yeah.
They've been through more wars than us.
They've
They
seen
have
some stuff.
sustained, survived. They have watched it all go around and around and around again. And their culture is just that's why it's so whatever, right?
Right.
And when even a French friend of mine, I haven't seen her in 15 years or whatever, but she started watching this. She's like, you make me want to reconnect with why I love my people. Because she's been in America for 15 years. She's got kids now here and has done the whole American way of life. And they see the value in what the thing is. For instance, like I'm just going to take, I don't know, Woody Allen. They love him there.
Mhm.
They love him there. And he is one of our most iconic filmmakers as Americans. You can't say, no, you don't have to agree with all the shit he's done in his life or who he's chosen to marry or whatever. But the man he's a talented motherfucker.
Right.
And did some cool shit. And they love him and they don't give a shit about what's over here with him. They only care about this man made some good stuff and we like that stuff. And that's it. And I think that, we get all caught up in like having to have a judgment on stuff and having to have like, an opinion. And then now we have to let everybody know our opinion. It's
Right.
like, are we not? All of a sudden no one was listening to Michael Jackson for a minute and like, he's still Michael Jackson.
Right.
He's still one of the most amazing talents
Right.
of ever to walk this earth. Are we just not going to acknowledge that he created a body of work that was, come on, right? Like,
Right.
and they just inherently have that. We have to learn that. And it's going to take a long time, I think, to
They
get
have a
through
very-
what we're in now and move into just accepting the good parts of things too and saying, I love that. And I don't have to love the person that created that.
It's the art
So they
versus
do-
the artist.
They do a very good job of separating the two. And it also sort of brings to mind our fourth podcast. We were just working on an episode. It is called Famous Last Words. And it is exactly
Love
what
that.
you would think that to be. And one of our favorite people we've done on the show was a French, I think you could say aristocrat in the late 1700s, was arrested during the revolution, tried. There was some thought that he might even get off because they didn't have enough proof that he was sort of conspiring to put down the masses. When they went to hang him, he is brought up to the gallows. The crowd is all there. They're about to put his head, or I guess it was guillotine, perhaps.
Mhm.
And he turns
They loved that.
oh
Oh,
my
yes,
God,
big
the
fans.
show of it. As he is about to be removed from this earth to head off into the next life, he turns to his executioner and simply says, "You have made 3 spelling mistakes," as they are reading his death warrant, which, like, again, so French.
So French.
So French. I just like that's
love
you go out being like, okay, you're gonna kill me, but
Just so you know.
yes, yes,
You screwed it
FYI,
Yeah.
up.
yeah.
Oh, I love it. I would do that. I would
amazing.
so do that.
It's just great.
It's just so French.
I mean,
It's
we've
so
got some
French.
really good French ones in this season of that show.
This is
actually.
true. Our
Our hot air balloon.
balloonist, yeah.
Oh, there's some good
So-
ones.
You guys have a lot of podcasts.
You
We
ain't
really
do
kidding.
you-
Oh, we've so
How do
many.
you keep up? I can't even get one like going. Like
We have
it's so
podcasts, we have
Weird.
films. We are really
Our
ridiculously
podcasts have
codependent.
podcasts.
Our
It's
podcasts and podcasts.
it's insane.
We just keep launching things. And we don't quit any of them.
We
by
have
the
this stupid
way.
idea
I
of
don't know how
any
you're
idea
doing
is
it.
worth just moving on. You
Yeah,
know,
we just
like,
keep doing it.
if you if it comes to you, you're like, oh, this could be something.
Mhm.
And so
And we
you
just keep building them. And
It's
they,
awesome.
yeah, we
I
love
think
it.
you should. I think that's what it's about. I think, with this silly thing we're doing with the naked French, but like, I can't believe now we have to keep doing it. We
Right.
kind of just like,
Exactly.
oh
Yes.
God, we think it's funny. And now it's like, oh, and I think we have to do one now because everyone likes that. And so we have to keep going. And
What-
we love it, but it's still like, you still got to do it. That's the thing. You got to
True.
keep going with it.
But
But
then
I
there-
think like,
go
oh,
ahead.
go
You're gonna,
ahead.
no, you're gonna say what I was gonna say.
I don't know. We'll see. But I think like any artistic pursuit, there is a time frame and a window where you're the only person in the world who thinks whatever it is a good idea. And
Yeah.
it takes everyone a little bit of time, and each project is different. That circle, it travels at different speeds. But if you can entertain yourself and kind of finish it up and be like, turn off the camera, stub out your cigarette, throw your beret in the corner, and go, that was so stupid. Like,
Yes.
what is better than that?
Right?
If you can't make your
It's-
own fun,
That's
What are you
thing.
doing? If you can't make your
Right.
own fun, what are you doing? Honestly,
Exactly.
because it's all just fun and games.
It is.
And that's it. And that's what we're here for, guys.
Exactly.
And anyone that tells you otherwise has lost the plot.
Right. And
It's
that's the problem.
Perfectly put.
That's the
Yes.
problem. It is fun. That's what it should be. And if it makes you giggle, then there's something there.
Right.
And you're right. And if the timing is right and it so should make other people laugh and then other people laugh, then you hit. But like Rick Rubin says, right? He's like, you got to do it for yourself. You have to create for you because the outcome is not guaranteed. And if you're trying to do it for someone else, it's already fucking tainted. It's
Right.
already got a thing on it that, the French will smell it.
Yes. Oh, first they can smell it
You
across
know?
the ocean. Yes.
They will smell it like a fucking 10-year-old Gouda. Like it's so it's just there's something pure about what your heart wants to do, what makes you laugh, and then that will then create truth and laughter from that. I think that's the only way to go.
I was putting on my makeup, hairspray, got my scrunchie on the right side, giving that blue.
Oh Dang, the new album by Lisa St. Louis is available starting September 6th. For more information, you can find her online where she is at facebook.com/Lisa St. Louis. You can find seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Naked French on Instagram, where they are at Tor and Lisa. That's TORANDLISA. And of course, they're on YouTube, where you can find them at youtube.com/@BigClockMusic.
Why the Podcast is produced by the Professional Production Company. Please be sure to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts because we're shallow and need constant validation. For more information, you can check out our website, whythepodcast.com. And like everyone else, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Today's show was recorded and produced by Heidi Hedquist and myself from our world headquarters located on the second floor of the professional office building, centrally located downtown. Our reluctant executive producers are John Sauvé and Sandy Stone. Our willing producers are Rachel Allen and Randy Jeanette. Our intern is Zach Jackson. This one's for Philippe. Thanks for joining us. Flash, we're coming home.
Living it up. Oh
Nigel, is that you? Are you here, Nigel?